everyone, welcome back. So today I am going to be making farmhouse bread. I need a couple extra loaves. I looked in my freezer and we're running a little low. I think a lot of people don't make their own homemade bread because they feel like it's hard or it's a daunting task or they don't have the right ingredients or the right tools to do it. And I'm here to show you that that's absolutely not the case. Anyone can make this recipe. It has 5 ingredients, not the 25 to 30 that you see on the back of your bread bags from the store. Super easy to make. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so right here I've got all of the ingredients that we're gonna need to make the farmhouse bread. I have my bread flour in the bowl. You're gonna need about 5 to 6 cups of this. This will make 2 loaves. Then we've got 2 1/4 cups of hot water. We've got our fast rise yeast. You can use this for the oven, but you can also use it for bread machines as well. We've got 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, and we've got some oil. So what I like to do is I like to take my yeast packet and I put it in my 2 1/4 cups of hot water. Just like that. Make sure it's all in there. Then I take my 1 tablespoon of sugar and mix that in there as well. So we're gonna stir this up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be all dissolved or anything like that. It'll do its own thing. And then I like to let this sit for about 5 minutes. Just let it get a little bubbly. In the meantime, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and add our salt. Go ahead and mix that up in the flour. Now again, this is bread flour. I use the White Lily brand of bread flour just because that is what my grandmother has always used, and she just passed that, down to us kids. But feel free to use any type of flour that you like. Again, I just use the White Lily bread flour. All right, so I've got everything all mixed up in here. So one thing that I do have to do, because I don't have one of those fancy kitchen aids to knead this real good, I am gonna go ahead and knead this by hand for about 5 minutes or so. Go ahead and give it a couple turns. The bread, it's all kneaded and everything. I am gonna go ahead and do a light coat of oil. So what the oil does is once it goes into the oven, it kind of helps the bread retain its moisture, and it's also gonna make it nice and crispy and brown on the top. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it with a cloth, and I'm gonna let this rise until it's doubled in size, so about 2 hours. Catch y'all back here in a little bit. Oh, look, babe. Look at this. Our nice big fat cucumber. We got a few. Oh, here's another one. Oh, he picked it. Thank you. You picked one of the big ones.
Me.
Thank you. You can't bite into it. Will you hold that? All right, let's get some green beans picked. Let's go to the other side, buddy. Oh, sorry, Dixie.
Run!
Run! Dixie.
Is that good?
Can't do both.
Here's what you really love. Sweet tea. Careful.
I don't know it.
You want your sweet tea?
Come on. Look at it there. Go.
Take a sip. Oops. Mmm.
H2O. Oh.
Ah! So now that the yeast in the bread mixture has risen for 2 hours, it's doubled in size, as you can see. We're gonna go ahead, put this out. We're gonna cut it in half to make our 2 loaves, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it in the pans. We're gonna go ahead and let them rise for another 45 minutes in the actual pan itself. And then we'll, at this time, go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So after all our hard work and all of our time in the kitchen today, it's finally time to put our farmhouse bread in the oven. So 350 degrees, and we're gonna put it in there for 30 minutes. All right, the countdown is on. We're almost done. So making the bread has been fun today. It takes about 4 hours. So now I gotta get something started for dinner. Y'all are gonna think I'm weird. Ever since I was a kid, I always eat the stalks of broccoli. I know, weird, but it tastes really good. You should try it. So for the last step, all we're gonna do, fresh out of the oven, is take some butter and put it all across the top and get it melted in there, like so. wish we had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. All right, so now we'll just let all this cool off. And when it's cooled off, it will be ready for slicing if, of course you guys want it sliced, or you can leave it whole and slice it as you go. Well, thanks for joining us again today. I hope you guys learned a little bit about making farmhouse bread. So y'all go home and make it and eat.